The years that followed were a blur for Cassandra. It was like a cloud hung over her mind and obscured all of her thoughts. She was happy, she was useful, she was learning, and she was powerful. She lived in concert with her benevolent and all-seeing God in a community of true believers. It never felt real until she began to doubt. Because when she began to doubt, she began to fear. Afterwards, when she ran, she couldn't remember the specifics. She couldn't call to mind what had triggered the epiphany, had made her understand that that thing was no benevolent creator, no force for good. But all at once, she couldn't ignore the mountain of evidence that dwarfed even the ship she'd called her home all this time. The problem was that Unity knew and saw everything. If she held these doubts, Unity could see them, could hear them, could know about them before she did. It would see every doubt and every fear in every single incarnation of Cassandra Lee and judge each and every one of her, and then it would tear her to pieces molecule by molecule without ever letting her die. She'd seen it happen. She'd watched as the dead came back again and again, reborn, put back together, only to die again in agony. She hadn't known to question. She couldn't hold on to the thoughts in those times, hadn't realized it was even possible to doubt, until the questions asked themselves for her and doomed her. But Unity didn't seem to notice. It was as if, for all its omniscience, it couldn't do something as simple as read her thoughts. Hope had welled up in Cassandra Lee when she realized this, for she knew by then that Unity was not good. But in this, she realized that Unity was no god. No matter how powerful it was, no matter how badly it wanted to be one, it wasn't quite there. She gathered up everything she could carry. The others in her head would keep watch for her, keeping her careful, finding the evidence and the machines she thought that she could use. And then they found her an opportunity, and they helped her, and together they ran. It was only after, when she was miles from the Silver Mount, that her mind began to clear. The memories faded quickly, but she was free once more. She was alive again. She remembered what Unity was, and what Unity was trying to become, and she knew that it had to be stopped. This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play that collapses into a giant pile of worms whenever threatened. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
Haha. That was
Hello.
a move back in middle school. The old collapse into a pile of worms when threatened.
Hello.
Other podcasts wish they could collapse into worms when faced with
See, personally, I just exploded into bats and flew away, but to each their own.
Way more efficient. At least that's cool, you know? Once you're worms, you have to listen. You have to sit there and listen to everyone be like, ew, you're worms.
That's true. And that hurt. Words hurt. Words hurt worms.
Words hurt.
Well, let's see. What happened last time on the program? Last time, we rejoined a fight already in progress. It was the very capable Approximately 6 versus Nick Shariel and her band of either Technically buddies or Chapel of Rent Flesh buddies. That's right, I remembered who she works for now. Things were looking a little bit dicey for the party, but we took a real turn after the Suma got stabbed a bunch of times because Kira took down Ilaris, and Asuma shot Hersic, and Brixby was shooting lightning at Nargan, and Nixariel got grappled, and then some star motes wandered by, and that was the end of that. It was a brutal death for all of the bad guys, except, of course, the worm that walks, who collapsed into a giant pile of worms, saw the writing on the wall, as worms often do, and flew away as a giant cloud of flying worms rushing off into the night sky, or afternoon sky, as the case may be. After that, the party, I think, did some cleaning up, maybe moved some dead bodies outside, stored Nikki's body for later, and decided to rest for the night in the secret room in the underside of the temple, because it's pretty much the safest place around. And that's where we are now, where everyone has, they've done their watches, they've slept for the night, and gotten a little bit stronger over the course of the night. So before we get into too many morning routines and playing our Wordle and connections and whatnot, let's talk about some level ups. Do we have any volunteers for the level up conversation?
I can volunteer because I've been excited for this one since I started multi-classing, or since I started my prestige class. Because thanks to the prestigious caster feat, which you can just take like over and over, at level 13, I am now casting spells on level for both of my classes. So last level at level 12, I was a level 11 caster, but now I'm a level 13 caster for both my Oracle class and my Sorcerer class. And with that comes basically like just a dump truck full of extra spells. So I now have added Mage Hand, Vigor. Where else do we have stuff that... Stone Discus, Battering Blast, Blessing of Fervor, Phantasmal Killer, Breath of Life, Feeble Mind, Hold Monster, Cure Moderate Wounds Masked, Heal, and Spell Crash. So he is got a lot more spells now.
Alright, and I believe that is a D6 for the HP.
It is a D6, that is correct. Got a 6.
Oh, just a 4 here, so 6 looks like the winner.
Awesome. That is the first 6 on a D6 I've gotten on this character.
Alright, who would like to go next?
I can go.
Alright.
It's going to be a serious step down as I don't get anything super exciting at level 13. Although I do get level 4 spells, which I will remember to use approx book 6. So we'll mention those when they come up. Other than that, I get a new level, get another skill point, learn a new language. That's fun. I don't know what language yet. Probably should have picked that already. Let's call it Undercommon. I'm sure that'll come up. And then I get some new HPs. I roll a D10. Oh, I'm still a Blood Rager, BT dubs. Oh, that's a 1, Sam.
Well, I rolled a 0 on my D10.
Oh.
Yes!
So
That's a 10.
Yeah! So many points. Oh, Kira's never gonna die. Knock on wood. There's no wood. Someone knock on wood for me.
I have so much wooden things around, but I cannot knock on it, sadly. That'd be a conflict of interest.
Dang it. Okay.
I have no idea if the mic picked it up. I'm assuming it did because it's picking everything up, but I knocked on whatever the weird press board that my nephew's desk here is made out of.
I would just like to say really quickly, my last 4 levels up have been 10, 10, 9, and 10. I have so many hit points.
That's
Indestructible.
absolutely absurd.
That's all. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Snake Squad.
Snake time.
So, for the first time since level 2, Tarazi is actually taking his second level in Cavalier. So that gets him a bonus feat. It lets him get a little better at a thing. And yeah, he also felt so invulnerable that he took toughness at level 13 to get even more HPs. So
I don't like this. I don't like this
so
at all.
hopefully that's fair. Hopefully that'll help keep him conscious for even longer. So roll a d10 then.
Everyone can cast harm from now on.
Ooh, I got a 9.
Would you believe I got another 0?
Oh,
Nice.
okay. I will believe it and receive it.
What about
That
Big
puts
Snake?
me at 146 hit points.
That's too many.
Goodness.
Does Levi gain a hit die this level as well, or no?
He totally does. He's a D8. Rolled a 5.
Gotcha, a 7.
Why, thank you. That puts the slender snake at a mere 113.
And I forgot to say, my 6 puts me almost at 100, but not quite. 97 HP.
So not as much as a snake, but still respectable. How about the Arcane Brickster?
Well, anyone who's played an Arcane Trickster knows that level 9 is just kind of a throwaway level. It's the level where you get another use of tricky spells, which of course brings it to 5 a day to doing the silent and still. Oh, I should also mention that you get Invisible Thief, which allows you to become invisible as if under the effects of greater invisibility as a free action, and can remain invisible for a number of rounds per day equal to our Arcane Trickster level. Caster level is effective caster level for this effect is equal to her caster level, and these rounds need not be consecutive. So yeah, I just get free action, greater invisibility for 9 rounds a day. But there is actually like a little tiny scene for Brix's level up, because he probably took First Watch. And I think that, maybe looking at some of the spells that were inside of Alaris's spell book, low level, but still interesting. He's going to try something that he hasn't done before going to bed, just because he feels like it's going to be kind of a powerful day the next day. And he's going to cast 2 spells into his ring of counterspells that he did not use, and that is his Void Domain given Dispel Magic and Greater Dispel Magic. And then he is going to think a lot about the Wandering Star Motes and how it overcame the will of his enemies and dazed them. And that's going to inform his feat choice for this level, which is called Mind Strike. The prerequisite is that you have to have the Ranged Ledger Domain class feature, which Brixby has. Whenever you deal sneak attack damage, you fluster your foe, causing your target to take a penalty on will saves equal to the number of sneak attack dice you rolled on that attack for 1 round. That penalty does not stack with itself, but each time you deal sneak attack damage to the affected target, the duration is extended by 1 round. So basically now when Brixby does his 66 of sneak attack, he also effectively puts a -6 on his penalty on his opponent's will save for a round, which allows him to work in synergy with his good friend Alwyn.
That is.
Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't take, say something like Feeble Mind or Phantasmal Killer or anything else like that requires a very important will save.
Totally. Certainly. None of all of these things are hypotheticals.
These
But,
are very bad things that you have done. And you should feel bad about your behavior.
Nope.
I honestly, if we had leveled up under different circumstances, there might be a glimmer of remorse. But instead, upon the body of my former lover and enemy, I scribe these low-level, second-level scroll or spells into my book from Alaris's book, cast some spells into my ring, and then wake up meaner. The ability to get invisible more. And that's it.
Did we do your D6?
Oh, no.
I assume
Yeah, we
it's
should
not a barbarian level.
Oh, yeah, gosh, I wish. Hell dip. I got a 4.
You beat my 2.
Woo!
The luck had to run out eventually.
Hey, I will take a 4. I mean, it puts me at a respectable 91. I'll live forever.
Oh, I passed you. Because
Oh,
I think
yeah.
last level you were higher than me, right?
91 hit
Yeah.
points?
Yes.
He's just a little guy.
It's just
There's a
little
reason why
guy.
he can go. He's just a little guy who can go invisible as a free action now. It's like
Yeah,
a little
fair.
bit more.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an actual mouse. Like 91 is very respectable for a mouse.
Yes, an actual mouse who can kill a small army
Yeah.
without ever being seen.
Was there anything in this place? Because during his watch, I mean, Tarazi would have been kind of poking in the different creases and niches in search of neurocams and items of interest.
There were definitely no neurocams, but he probably found some. Just like a lot of like crumbling old jars full of vegetable matter that has long since ceased to be identifiable and turns almost to dust like upon contact. The whole place smells of stale smoke, and there are just like tons of these little fetishes and things all around, but nothing looks terribly interesting or usable any longer. If it was magic at some point, it's not now.
Cool.
During Alwyn's watch, can he roll on the strange horn statue again since we leveled up since the last time we tried to look at it?
Yeah.
Right. And that was religion, right?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Think that's not much higher than I got last time, so that's probably nothing. 26?
26 is not going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a brand new day in the Scar of the Spider here. What's the plan?
Go outside and start looking for that cave, probably, right?
Yeah.
We ate all of our mushrooms, right? Are we?
I never ate mine.
You used half of the scent glands. You didn't eat mushrooms.
Yes, scent glands. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, so maybe we. Brix has to roll on his thing before he gets all. Because like if he applies the scent gland first and then does his connections, it'll create food from the environment around him, and that would be really gross. This is day 2 of my success, right?
Sounds right, yeah.
I think so. Alright, this is just like a flat roll. Okay, yeah, that's an 18. So, pardon me while I scroll all the way up. I can't remember if I'm on day 2 or day 3, but I'm going to say day 2.
I think it is day 2, because I think you failed not too long
I thought
ago.
you failed one.
That's
yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we never sleep. We do a lot of crushing. But yeah, no, I definitely. Okay, there it is. I should just save this to my desktop. Yeah, the DC was just, so if this was day 2, then the DC was 12. So we are good. It was a tasty day. Sorry, folks.
And Alwyn will cast on everybody again at the start of the day with the extended meta magic rod, and with the 2 spell levels higher he is now, that will spread out over everyone a little evener. So we'll all have 2 hours worth of it. We don't have to give Azuma I think she got 10 minutes or something ridiculous last time. We all get the full thing of the delay poison.
Unfortunately, Tarazi's going to spend at least 90 minutes of that searching diligently through all of the huts on his way out.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think he'll
nuts for
cast it
nuts.
as we're leaving the main thing.
Well, time to leave this very unpleasant place and find a place that I imagine is even far more unpleasant.
Yeah, I think the worst of it is still ahead of us. And Asuma is going to pointedly switch to the rocket launcher to start the day. And,
It's a choice.
so as you double back through this weird village, this ruined village in the hidden mini valley, offshooting the valley, you can squeeze your way out through the wall of dead vegetable matter and back out into the valley proper. You know that the Dominion Hive is just a little ways north of here, about half a mile hike. It's also just about the only remaining place in this valley that you've heard of, other than, caves and caves and caves. Just an embarrassment of them.
Maybe as we hike there, in Androphen.
Azuma, are you ready for this?
I am deeply, deeply dreading this, but yes, I think I am.
We'll see through this together. All of us. If we can beat what we beat last night, nothing can hold us back.
I think I will activate a new map here.
Ooh, I'm excited to see our adjectives. They're adjectives, right?
Adjectives, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't see yourselves, it is because you're over on the far right.
Ooh.
Because you follow Asuma's lead up along the back wall of the valley until you get to a place where, it looks like the wall just continues. There's vines and vegetable matter coating the stone walls just all over the place. It looks much like the chitin wall, except they look alive here. They do look a little bit weird, but, they look alive and thick vines. And she stops in front of a set of them and says, this is the place.
Before we go in, not only should we bolster ourselves with magics, but I think we should distribute some of our spoils from before. I believe all of you, except for me, should take a potion of invisibility. We had 4.
Someone wearing that ring of protection too. One of the frontliners should be wearing that. Oh, yeah, I know your AC is really high. Kira?
Hang on, I think I am wearing it, but let me double check. When did we get it? I'm so sorry.
Oh, we just got it.
Oh, we just got it, then I'm definitely not wearing it.
You might have
Did you
already
already
had
have
one,
one?
though. I don't know.
probably already have one. I'm trying to
Yeah,
find my gear.
The magic tab
I think
is
we
what
might
you're
have
looking
gotten
for.
a +2 at some point in the past.
I have a ring of protection +1.
Oh, yeah, no. Maybe slide that ring of protection +2 on if you feeling it.
Yeah. Brix, you've made me the happiest half-orc.
Aw.
Yay, friend rings. Get your friends' rings.
Oh,
Get your
There's-
friends' rings. Ring of protection.
What belt is Kira wearing right now, too?
I think mighty constitution
Is it a +2 or a +1?
+2.
I was only +2.
+2 or +4.
Oh, that one starts at +2. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
that's right. Because they work like the mind ones. That's right. It's 2 and 4.
But that does bring up the Amulet of Natural Armor +1. I don't know. I can't wear it. My next slot is sacred because of my arcane bond. But
I already have a +1 amulet of natural armor.
I've got a +2.
Snake Squad. I know you probably came outfitted.
yeah. We're good.
Slide it on
Okay.
to Levi.
I think he's already wearing one.
Oh yeah, that neck doing work.
Let's see what
Yeah, he has one.
putting on that +4 charisma one does to my stats, because it'll drop my wisdom down, but it'll also knock my charisma even higher than it already is.
Alright. And I already have a Cloak of Resistance +2. Does anybody not wearing one?
Mine is a +2.
I think we all got +2s at one point. But just wanted to make sure that we are using all of the permanent resources.
A +2, what was it?
Cloak of Resistance.
Let me double check. I think so. Yes.
Okay, the only real change is my will save drops down to a +6 instead of a +7 as far as losing that to wisdom, but all of my DCs go up for my spells, so I think I am going to swap to that other
The
thing.
different headband.
Yeah, I'm going to swap to that charisma +4 one.
Even though it's got
That
worms
knocks all
on
my
it.
DCs up by 1.
Such a wormy headband.
Before we go in, Brixby is also going to cast Shield. And I think that's it.
And Alwyn is going to cast Long Arm on himself.
I'll go ahead and cast a shield.
So, like, with the long arm, right, do you, like, hold it in a way so it doesn't, like, do anything?
Oh, no, you
let it
just hear like
drag?
bones breaking and his arms just suddenly drop down to like almost to his ankles.
But yeah, do you drag them or do you, like, hold them up?
I think he just lets them hang. I think they don't quite drag, but they're like almost dragging.
Okay, that's fair. So we can get you some gauntlets or something.
I could envision it though. I could imagine dragon.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh,
I really like that
wow.
one. That's almost as good as 27 dresses.
Sky metal.
High
Sam,
praise.
I have to conserve them. Unless people start dedicating more, there's nothing I can do.
Oh my
People.
god, patrons, our lives are in your hands.
also, come on, that was so funny.
So, just to warn you all, it's gonna be rough in there. They got a big robot, and there's one of them drives a dragon, and the crabs, all sorts of crabs, and yeah, it's bad. Everything about this place is bad.
Can we back up just a moment? Did you say one of them drives a dragon?
Yeah, it's I think we talked about this before. They have these beings that look like brains, and they climb into the heads of dead things, and then they drive them like vehicles.
You did mention that part, but you didn't mention that one of them was in a dragon.
Oh yeah, it's a dragon.
That seems like the more important part.
Yep.
You buried the lead.
Oh, sorry about that.
Jeff, the player, is glad that he's not the only one who just didn't remember that part.
Yeah.
Everyone else is rolling
I
their
remember
eyes,
like
take
the
better notes,
brain
Jeff.
parasite thing when she was talking about the stuff that's in there, but you definitely did not mention that one of those was in a dragon.
It's probably fine.
Do you know what kind of dragon? Like what its skin looked like or what color it was? Anything like that?
Kind of blue-y, kind of. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with dragons. I know that...
Can you describe it enough that we can make a roll on it?
It's bluey?
Probably not well enough.
Yeah.
It, like almost everything
Yeah, it's a blue healer dragon.
in this valley is like Bluey, the adorable cartoon dog, but, you know, evil and monstrous. But I don't think Asuma has a good enough understanding of the dragon to give you enough to go on for a roll.
This is why we're not big in Australia soon.
Specifically because I keep using Bluey as an adjective, and
Yep.
noted. Finland seems to like it, though.
Known
Classic
opponents
Finland.
of Australia. Heated rivals.
We're just stoking the fires of hate even more when we should be trying to unite those two nations as a pod. Okay, so with that, we go inside the cave.
Yeah, with that we rush in.
Well, are you approaching the vines there?
That sounds
Alan can
like a
stand 10 feet
prerequisite.
back and like shove them aside while we're not next to them.
Well, when you touch the vines, why doesn't everybody give me a will save?
Oh man.
That sounds
Just
like an
told you that one went
illusion.
down.
You said a will save?
Yeah, will save.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, instead of painstakingly going through everyone's rolls for something that is going to be a little anticlimactic, I will just let you know that if you got a 19 or better, you realize upon touching these vines that there are no vines. This is an illusion covering up a cave opening, and you no longer believe it. But those who do not get a 19 totally believe they're pushing aside vines in order to walk through here.
Kira pushes aside those
So
vines so
they
hard.
have an illusion, and they make the illusion look like something that you would hide a cave behind.
Oh, it's super low effort. If you look at them,
Yes.
like you could make
Couldn't they make it look like a blank wall?
I'll make a nature check as you look at this illusion.
Yeah. That's like hiding an open wall behind an illusion that looks like a door. Nature check. Oh wow, that's much higher. So he only got a 14 to disbelieve the vines, but he got a 25 to figure out what kind of vines they are.
Yeah, they didn't even bother learning what vines look like on this planet. It's just sort of green, stringy, vague plant shapes that don't actually look like any real plant.
Yeah.
This is a very low
Okay,
effort
so
door
yeah,
hiding.
as he's pushing this aside, and the people that passed see him just miming, pushing nothing, he goes, "These vines aren't even native. This is not a very well-disguised cave.
Oh, we know they're not horticulturally inclined.
It's a weakness.
That just might be enough. Why am I leading?
I don't know. I was like, is this the direction we're headed? Why are all of our squishiest players out front?
Everyone knows the gods give their worst traps to their squishiest players.
Well, the rock of this enormous domed chamber has been cut with startling precision and shines with a glassy finish. A wide-mouthed corridor filled with hanging vines lies to the east, that's what you just came through, and a 15-foot wide corridor exits the room to the south. Opposite that hallway, to the north, a strange pucker-like growth of green, scaly flesh grows on the wall. But that might not be what you're focusing on right now, because you can see a towering, scorpion-like construct with a tail thrumming with otherworldly energy. Now, there is smoke pouring off of this absolutely gigantic thing, this 20-foot wide, 20-foot tall. It looks like what Hellion wanted to look like, really. It's like Hellion wishes he was this robot. You saw a dead one of these at the entrance to the valley. This one, very much not dead. It's just kind of hanging out in the corner there. However, as you cross into the room, it seems almost like it was waiting for a couple of you to get lined up. And it does fire a blast of plasma in a line from its tail. Let's see, what's the best line it can get? I think the best it can do is 2. So the real question is, does it go for Kira and Asuma, or does it go for the Snake Squad? Because it's got them all lined up. Let's do odd Snake Squad, evens Kira and Asuma. That is a 1. So that's going to go for the Snake Squad. I need reflex saves.
We're looking at a 22 for Tarazi and a 24 for Levi.
Alright, so those are both passes. You're only going to take half damage from this 120-foot long line of plasma that shoots out from its tail. So the already halved damage is 29 electricity and fire.
Tarazi with his evasion won't take that, but Levi will take 29.
Oh, that's pretty mean. You should take a little of it just to make the robot feel better.
Nah. Unless by saying that you're implying that they already have some sort of chip to have feelings.
It's hard to say whether this thing has feelings or not. But it is easy to say that it is time to roll for initiative.
Man, yeah, let's lock that in there. Let's make that thing anxious and depressed.
2024 scorpion thing. Ooh.
All right. So what did the reserved Kira get for initiative?
Also a natural 20 for a 27.
That's not reserved at all.
It's not
How
reserved.
about the
She's
meticulous
outspoken.
Tarazi?
It's an 18 for a 21.
How about the ambitious Brixby?
The ambitious Brixby rolled the other nat 20 on the table, at least was visible, for a 29.
And the massive, just absolutely gigantic Allowan, with the longest arms. What did you roll?
Yeah, I'm going to assume that because I have that adjective on him that he gets the spell he's not supposed to get for another 2 levels and can just turn into a giant monster. So thank you for that, Sam. And he got a 12 on the die for a 19.
All right, party's looking pretty fast. That is going to be Brixby to start.
Alrighty, so Brixby is going to move 10 feet to the north or southwest, so he can actually see what the party is fighting. He is going to roll a knowledge on this. I assume it is an engineering.
That is correct.
Oakley dokley. See what that looks like. Ooh, that's a 40 with a 16 off the die.
With a 40, you know that you are looking at a damaged version of an Annihilator robot. The enormous and formidable Annihilator robots sometimes roam old ruins and wastelands in Numeria, ridding them of all life and remnants of civilization. They smash structures, slaughter creatures both sentient and bestial, and scorch plant life to ashes. When rampaging, an Annihilator indiscriminately destroys, rather than following the meticulous approach many other robots take with their work. Despite the destruction they wreak, Annihilators often gather up those that survive their assaults, collecting the dying and unconscious from battlefields and bringing them to a set location. Their purpose for keeping these battered but still living prisoners is unknown. You get one question on the Noble Annihilator.
No. Okay, gang. Yeah, I know. Normally, it's like a given that someone else is gonna. And I mean, I'm not saying like Tarazi or someone can't roll super high on this one as well, but we may only get one question. What do people? Do we want to know defenses, attacks? It's really just one or the other. I'm not going to be up at its face, so.
Attacks or
I
abilities?
think any special abilities or special attacks, either of those two, I think would be good for us. Because I feel like we've seen enough robots at this point that we probably know their defenses. But this one's got all kinds of crazy equipment, so either of those two I think would be good. Either attacks or abilities.
Yeah. I was going to say defenses, but I'm going to hit it with a chainsaw either way, so.
Ever the pragmatist, we will go with attacks. Special attacks.
Well, you already saw one of them. It has a plasma lance that it can fire from its tail. It looks like that might have a little bit of a cooldown, which is nice. It also has an integrated chain gun. Actually, it has a couple integrated chain guns, but it looks like one of them's broken, thanks to whatever damage it suffered before. Other than that, it has two big, huge, clompy kind of claws there that it can reach a good 20 feet with, and it has the ability to use ranged and melee attacks in the same round with no penalty.
Well, okay, thank you for that information. Scary and awful is basically what Brixby conveys with all of that information along to his party. I'm going to take the prescience of the spell that I prepared in my new 6th level slot as a sign to go for it right now. I am going to point at the Annihilator robot, and I am going to make a ranged touch attack to attempt to hit it with the Destroy Robot spell. My touch attack is up just a little bit from the belt. That is a 23 versus touch.
Well, this is a gargantuan robot. Yes, 23 does touch the robot.
Now, this is where it may very clearly fail, is that I need a fortitude save from the gargantuan robot.
The gargantuan robot is a bit less fortitudinous than you might think. How about a 16?
That does not exceed the DC 22 for that spell. So I get to hit it with 12d6 of damage plus 1 point per caster level.
It's a lot of damage.
Okay, there's a spread there. That is 58 points of damage. And Brixby is going to... Yeah, that's it. Can't really do anything else. He's moved. He's casted. That's it. That's the end of his turn. Please
All
don't
right.
die, buddy.
So, Kira, you are up.
All right. I think that Kira is going to be smart, rational, and strategic about this. Where did you guys go? I found you. And charge it. Just right up in its face. Shoop.
It is going to swing a claw at you on the way in.
Yeah, bring it. Giant scorpion thingy.
37 to claw.
Oh, it brought it. It was brought. It's been brought.
26 damage on the incoming claw.
26 damage, Sam?
26 damage, just a little clawy do.
That's a lot of damage. Well, Kira's gonna rage. She's unhappy now. And then she's going to continue her charge attack. And I've completely forgotten how that goes. You add +2 to it, the attack roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cocked. That is not great, but we'll take it. Plus 11, 23, 34, 36 to hit with the chainsaw.
36 will hit.
Okay, we're going to try and do math in my head. 36 points of damage.
All right, you know the deal already. It does not all go through.
Never does.
Still hurts.
And I'm going to free action, right? It's free action. Let me just check. Yep, free action. I'm going to free action come and get me. You get a +4 on attack, +4 bonus on attack and damage rolls, but also I get an attack of opportunity before you hit me. That's it.
All right, that'll take us to Snake Squad.
Woo.
I had a quick question, point of process. I might have been able to add sneak attack onto that roll because I rolled an attack roll on that creature for destroy robot. The text is you succeed at a ranged touch attack to affect the target. So I think that qualifies as something that would have precision damage attached to it because it was an attack spell. I can look that up real quick.
I mean, do you automatically get it as a sneak attack? Because it wasn't flat-footed because it got the surprise attack.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. So cut it all out. I was just trying to give that -6 to my good friend Alan. So, boop. Sorry, Jeff.
Tarazi is going to not charge and just stride on up. All these limbs make me think it might have combat reflexes.
Yeah, how's a 44 sound?
You know what? That actually does hit Tarazi.
Weird. I'm confident, at least, that my Annihilator robot can physically hit some snakes. Less damage, though. Only 17 on the claw.
Hooray. I would like to make my own attack, please. I didn't explicitly say it, although my sheet reflects it. Tarazi not fighting chitons would not have walked into a cave with any weapon other than the mill blade. No, he was fighting the Dominion. His feats are focused on bastard swords. That's what he's do.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, phew. Bastard sword in hand. He will swing it once with a powerful attack. That is only a 27.
27 is not going to do it.
Yeah, it was a bad roll. Well, it was a middling roll. And then, here's a fun thing. I mentioned rather vaguely that I got a bonus feat. That bonus feat that I got with my Cavalier level was Swift Aid. And as a swift action against an AC of 10, I will attempt to aid Levi's next attack. He's not threatening. I'll aid Kira's next attack, so she'll get only a +1 because it's swift. I didn't roll a 1, so you get an extra +1 on your next attack.
Oh, I'm gonna hit this thing so hard.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Levi
remember favorite enemy on that attack roll?
Of course I didn't, Sam. I don't know how to play my character. No, I didn't. But thank you for remembering. That would actually have made it a 29.
Oh, 29 hits exactly.
Nice.
Okay.
Benevolent.
We're not going to
GM.
edit that. We're just leaving it all in. Benevolent GM.
Just remember later how
Yes, sir.
nice that was.
Well,
Oh,
I will absolutely try to remember later how nice that was. That is... Oh, and this thing is a construct, so I finally get that 2d6 extra damage.
Did you activate the Null Blade?
No.
Or is the Bane an activation thing? Or no, that's just the Dispel and stuff.
Yeah, it's just a dispel, so that would actually have been
Alright.
even higher because of the bane on the attack.
Well, fine, then you don't know it's AC anymore. Because you hit it too well.
Okay. It's 27 points of no qual damage.
No qualifications about it. That's a good hit.
Thank you. Levi will see if it has yet another AOL. As
Sure
he slithers
does.
up.
38.
Yep.
Uh, 24 claw damage.
Woof. And then he will take a singular chomp. But miss terribly. And that is Snake Squad.
Alright, that will bring us to the nearly as large as an Annihilator Alloin.
The massive Alloin is going to move a little bit over just so I am 100% sure I have line of sight. I know I can see it on the map, but there is a little bit of a corner here. And he also doesn't want to be in a line with anybody else after watching that gun go off earlier. And then he is going to look at this thing and say something, and that robot of yours, Sam, has to make me a will save, please.
Freaking impossible bloodlines with their robot will saves. Pretty good roll. We're looking at a 23.
That unfortunately works. He is not hit with sensory overload.
It's good. He's got enough going on.
Yeah. I really wish it was all mind affecting and not just compulsion, because if it was, I absolutely would have cast Phantasmal Killer on this robot. But that will be his turn.
Alright, so what it's going to do is it's going to do a full attack. It has been told to come and get a certain person, so it's going to come and get Kira.
Yeah. I'm going
that's
to
gonna
interrupt
turn on-
you with an attack.
Go for it.
Okay, let me find the good dice. Alright. Oh, it was a 19 and then it rolled to a 9, which is going to put it at a... Wait for it. 32.
That'll hit.
11 plus 3 is 14 plus 25 is 1, 4. You know what? Let me just get out my phone. Talk amongst yourselves. 14 plus 25. It's 39. I probably could have done that in my head. 39 points of damage, Sam.
All right, doesn't all go through. Still a big
Doesn't
chunk.
all go through.
Now it's going to claw you with power attack this time.
Yeah. Come and get it.
Yeah, it's still so many. 43 to hit.
43? Yeah, that'll do
No,
it.
wait, with the +4, it's a 47 to hit.
47. Blur.
Oh, Blair. It's not even fair when it hits you by that much. 83.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so 34 damage on the claw.
34. That's a lot of claw damage.
Yeah. It's gonna claw you again, because you told it to come and get you.
I did tell it to come and get me.
It's a robot. It listens to instructions. Do you have another attack of opportunity?
Can I do it again?
Do you
I
have
guess it's
combat
every attack.
reflexes?
I do have combat reflexes.
Is your dex bonus 14 or higher? Or your dex total 14 or higher?
Yes.
Then you can attack it again.
So I'm going to attack it again. Oh, God, an 11 this time. But an 11 plus 23. So 34.
Sounds like a hit.
37. 37.
Alright, doesn't all go through, but still, big chunk. For the revenge, a much worse roll here. How about a 31 to hit in the claw?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure 31 will still hit. But blur.
It was a 35 with the hit. I forgot your thing anyways.
Oh, right.
65 on the blur.
Okay.
$33 on the damage.
33.
And then, let's see, it sees some people that are far away, and it has a chain gun, so it's just gonna real quick fire its chain gun at, let's see, it can, I don't know if it can see Brixby. Can it see Brixby? Yeah, it can. So
I hit it. It can see me.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d6 for Asuma, Brixby, and Alwyn. So 1, 2 Asuma, 3, 4 Alwyn, 5, 6 Brixby.
Sounds a lot like you're making your ranged attack in being threatened in melee.
It is. It doesn't care.
Alright, we're gonna take some AOs from the Snake Squad.
All right.
Alright, Tarazi hits, but Levi whiffs. That is 30.
Ouch. That's a lot of damage. It is looking very, very bad. But it still shoots Alwyn. That is a 23 versus touch as a chain gun begins shooting at Alwyn.
Believe it or not, a 23 does in fact hit his touch.
Luckily for everyone involved, it did not roll a natural 20 because chain gun is a ×4 crit.
Oh my goodness.
That is 39 damage from the chain gun.
Ow.
Oh, 136 points of damage on a ×4 crit.
Yeah, it's a big robot.
That's a lot.
My goodness.
What did you say? 39?
39 points of gun damage.
Okay. And it is just straight physical damage, right? It's not like part of it fire or anything like that.
Right. These are chunks of metal that were shot into you. Which will bring us to Asuma, and she's going to look very, very sad at her rocket launcher and say, I don't want to blow you guys up, so I guess I won't use the rocket launcher.
Can you aim at the back?
It's a big, big explosion.
Oh,
It'll still hit you.
my condolences.
Maybe next time. She drops the rocket launcher and fires a laser pistol instead. She hits it, but she does not do enough fire damage to break through its fire resistance. So, top of round 2, Brixby. There's a robot still.
There is a robot. And just in case anyone was like, Zach mathed that wrong, don't worry. Our actual 23 int player here, Jeff, did correct me. It is 156. Don't cut that back in, Izzy. I want people to know.
Oh, I never do. I keep us all
Good.
humble.
I mean, as it should be. Brixby is going to cast Fiery Shuriken, which at his current level produces 7 Fiery Shuriken, and he is going to actually he is going to first use Invisible Thief to make himself invisible for a round, and then he is going to cast and shoot off all of his Fiery Shuriken. So this is 7 separate rolls, and I'm sorry, but these are against your flat-footed touch unless he has, or it has some ability to.
Yeah, don't consider it flat-footed.
Okay. That makes sense then. These are okay to waste a round of Invisible Thief to learn that it has the ability to see me. Okay, so that's all 7. Pretty decent rolls. That is a 24, 18, 30, 15, 24, 16, and 26 versus touch.
Yeah, those are all going to hit its touch AC.
Okay, so they produce, that's 1d8 of fire damage. So yeah, each shuriken does 1d8 fire damage. Does it have any fire resistance?
It sure does.
Okay. Well, do you want to, just multiply it 7 times and take it out of this?
Sure.
Okay. There we go. It's just 25 points of damage.
Well, 7 fiery shurikens lodge themselves in the armored carapace of this gigantic monster, and it doesn't seem to do anything to it at all.
Fair. All right. Brixby is going to become visible again and move away.
All right.
End of turn.
Kira, it's been hours since you killed something.
So many hours, gosh. I'm gonna, probably not kill this thing, but I would like to full attack it. Can't find my good dice, so I'm going with my pretty one. It's an 18 plus 23. We're gonna bring out the calculator for this one.
I believe that's a critical threat.
Is it? I can never remember. I'm gonna say, yeah, if you say it's a critical threat, I'm gonna agree.
Yeah, chainsaw I think is 18 to 20.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's a 41 plus... Ooh, a 13. 13 plus 23 to confirm, which is going to be 36.
Confirmed.
Yes. Okay, so that's a crit. Second hit is going to be a 12 plus 19, which is going to be Oh, come on, Aziza. Nope, got a calculator. Wait for it. 12 plus 19. I know Jeff is probably mouthing the answer right now, but I can't see my screen. 31.
31 hits.
Okay. Third hit is a natural 1. Nope, that's a 2, but still very low. 16 doesn't hit, I assume.
Correct.
Okay, and the last one is also a 2 for an 11. So that's a hit and a crit. 3 hits total. We're going to roll in the little guy. Roll 96 plus 75, right? Is it still the same? Yes. A couple ones. That's 105 points of damage, Sam. We don't love it, but we'll take it.
It doesn't all go through.
Never does.
It is enough to... Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. It is not cowering. It would never cower. It is, however, dead as sparks fly out of chainsaw holes and the gigantic robot collapses to the ground in front of you. We are out of combat.
Oh ho!
All your chainsaw holes. We got you.
Great.
Excellent job, everyone.
We're much better at this than we used to be.
It's a very large robot.
Also, it is a large robot. Kira takes a sticker out of her bag that says large robot. And then in parentheses, derogatory.
I love the mean sticker collection. I literally cannot wait for it to hit the store.
It's actually a gargantuan robot, though.
That's the derogatory part.
I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
It was really thoughtful that the sticker was written in Androphen. So that Asuma could participate in the humor.
Well, she's our
So,
friend
like-
now.
What craft robot, or maybe knowledge engineering could we roll to remove the tail and let Asuma use it as a weapon?
I don't think it's possible to remove the plasma lance tail and physically carry it around as a weapon.
What if we take it as a trophy? Sorry, just a little throwback here. Can we?
You could do a survival check to attempt to claim a trophy from the Annihilator robot if you so choose.
Probably not Brixby with this +1 survival, but considering it would be like a narrative laser lance, not an actual mechanical laser lance.
And now that you have like a second here to breathe and when you're not being attacked by a horrible robot, there's some weird stuff in this room. Did you use the scent glands from the dropship, or did you skip those for the day?
We did scent gland. We did it
we used them
after.
again.
It was after the connections, so we
Okay.
didn't have to.
Well, there are these... I posted it in the wrong server.
Oh no.
No,
Delete.
they won't know.
Deleted.
Did you put it in general in the fan server?
Yep. There are these strange jellyfish-like creature all over the walls. They're very, very small, but they're all clinging to the walls of the room, but they have started to drift off of the walls and all just drift towards you. Just in huge numbers, by the hundreds, just coming off of all of the walls.
Oh no. Maybe they like getting shocked by these things. We should probably get out of here. Looks like there's a door behind the giant annihilated robot.
Yeah, it's this weird sealed fleshy pucker, It's a little bit like the dropship type deal, except like it's a thicker, greener, plant-like fleshy pucker instead of like a flesh valve kind of deal.
It's all membranes to me.
There is also the open hallway to the south.
If we had to fight for this door,
Yeah. Buckle up and pucker up and now. Levi will look at Alwyn as though they communicate. Are you gonna heal us, bro? But it's cool.
Yeah, he's been asking in the game chat for a little while.
Dang.
No, that was just me forgetting which snake's name was which, and so I had to come up with something on the spot. Tarazi, though, will cast Lead Blades.
can you trap an orifice?
It's possible.
Huh?
I don't think that I can definitively say that there are no trapped orifices in the known universe.
I dissociated for a second and came back, and I have questions.
I mean, I do too. Which one of us is going to figure out if this is a trapped orifice or not? You have the best looking.
That's
So
true. I
maybe-
guess I'll check out this orifice for traps.
You are the best at examining orifices, apparently.
Oh, man. That is... Oh, it's a 10. That's a nice round number. 10 plus, gosh, I think 31? Yeah, 10 plus 31, so a 41, Sam.
With a 41, you can confirm this orifice does indeed appear to be a kind of door. And
Dorifice, if you will.
it is a dorifice, thank you. It doesn't appear to be locked. And while you're checking this out and all gathering on the north side, these jellyfish-like things are literally like swarming all over you to the point where they're like just like bumping up against your bodies and like basically like leaning on you as if they find you to be friends, which would be cool if it weren't like a lot of them and they weren't like weird alien floaty creatures, like hundreds of them all over you.
We give them the scritches they require.
It's weird. They don't have bones.
That's so. They gotta be a vertebrae to get the scritches, hey?
I like that.
Thank you. I workshopped it for about half a second.
Levi will engorge himself on eating all of these jellyfish.
They don't taste great, but protein's protein when you're a giant snake.
He's one intelligence. You're going to tell me he's not going to be like, whoa, jellyfish, free food.
Yeah, my dog nearly ate a yellow jacket like 3 times at the river today. I am pretty sure Levi is eating all of those.
He's gonna be a busy boy because there are just so many, and they keep coming.
He keeps eating.
Maybe we just open the dorifice.
There doesn't appear to be a way to open it, so it's the type of thing that you gotta chop your way through.
Oh, yeah. I would love to chop my way through it.
Kira's disable device.
Alright, then. It takes a couple whacks, but you can get it open. It's not like it's fighting back.
That's my chainsaw
Pretty
sounds.
weird if it did.
I mean, would it be the
And,
weirdest thing that's happened in this place?
That is true.
As Kira is cutting this thing open, Alwyn walks up behind her and touches her, and suddenly she's instantly fully healthy from like just a single touch.
Hey, that's pretty handy. Thanks, buddy. Kira waits patiently for Tarazi to catch up.
Certainly not looking at that chili crisp recommendation in
Ugh.
fan chat.
God, chili crisp consumes my thoughts at all times.
As well it should.
It's a nice round 10 again
good.
for a 41 to percept at this orifice.
Yeah, as you work your way up through this 15-foot wide hallway that is lined with horrible green fleshy weirdness, which it's just deeply unpleasant to be around, but at least it smells better than the other cave. It's like the crust on these walls, like it's almost like the hide of a crocodile in both color and texture, but with odd protrusions in like weird repeating patterns. If you look at it for a while, it does occasionally appear to like undulate as if there are muscles beneath it. I did forget to mention before that all these hundreds and hundreds of jellyfish that are floating around you still, even more of them coming off the walls in here, they are all glowing, which provides dim illumination around you.
Aw.
This door, did you roll a check on it?
I did. That's a 41. Again.
It also doesn't appear to be trapped. It seems to be much the same as the previous door.
I would like to stab it open, please.
With a couple stabs, you are able to push that door open. Unseal that pucker. Oh yeah, I left Asuma a room ago. Let's just pause for a second, shall we?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No. I knew I shouldn't have gone into the thingy.
I mean, when you open a door and you see a weird red thing, I mean, you can run
You
up
gotta touch
to it.
She's a sucker for a pucker.
It's true. The walls of this chamber are plated in swaths that look like crocodilian hide. An immense sculpture, or perhaps a machine that looks something like an insectile cephalopod built from fleshy leather and strips of dull red chitin, looms against the northern wall, its 7 tentacles splayed out into the room, each arm ending in a bulbous pucker the size of a curled-up halfling. Now these bulges, well, the red arms start to thrash and the bulges start to peel themselves open, perhaps reacting to the sound of the chainsaw. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say that might trigger a reaction, revealing these very strange, partially mechanical, partially organic, spider-like creatures bursting forth out of them. I'm going to bed.
Oh. You
What?
take your spider bursters with you to bed.
Oh, man.
Good
Yeah.
They're so gross looking.
I don't want to
so
sleep
many
with
gross
spider
I hate their
bursters.
mouths.
You can sleep
Too
with
bad.
I
spider
really do
bursters.
not like the look of these guys. Ugh.
If they're cold, you're cold. Wait.
Why are the mouths so wet?
If you're cold, they're cold. Let them into your house. Spider burst.
Let the
If they're
spiders
cold,
burst
they're
into your
cold. Shove
house.
them in a tentacle.
Shove them in a tent. Tickle.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam. Good night, horrible, fleshy robot spider monsters.
I'm gonna chow down on a chili crisp jellyfish.
Oh, don't ruin the chili crisp.
Ruin it. It's a bioluminescent jellyfish covered in chili crisps.
Oh, but the textures. Night, Sam.
Hard against the machine. Against the machine.
Hot Against
the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Probably start my recording up again.
Yeah, it started Craig before I started
this
my
chair
try.
is so loud.
I no longer fear the noisy chair, for my current microphone ignores it.
Don't fear the squeaker. One of my favorite Blue Oyster Cult songs.